Hey friends, Jeff here with RV Optimizer, and if you've ever been in an RV dealership or wondered if you should go in an RV dealership, what I want to talk to you about today is a little bit around what to expect. And I came here to Las Vegas to a particular dealership here we're going to talk about in just a minute. Not saying that this is the one, but what I wanted to do is talk to one of the sales reps here and say, what do you guys do when you have customers come in interested in buying or looking or have questions about the RV they may have already bought? How do you guys handle that here? And so I thought it'd be kind of interesting to do a quick video, talk about what they do here, and allow you to compare to what are they doing at the dealership you're dealing with. Are there things you could learn from this dealership that you should ask your dealership about if they do these things or how they do these things? So that's the intent. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do. Now, I'm gonna go find a salesperson that's gonna answer some of our questions for us. So I believe I found our expert here. Nancy, welcome to the episode here. Tell us a little bit about who you are and where we are.
So I'm Nancy, and this is Van City RV in Las Vegas. We are a destination location. We are a boutique, and we specialize in vans.
So when you say destination location, help me understand what that actually means. What does that mean? Because you just mean people who buy here don't live in this town?
So I would say about 80% to 85% of our client base does not live in Las Vegas.
Okay.
Correct. They come from California all the way from Maine to buy at our dealership because of our process and because of what we carry.
And that's what I wanted to talk to you about. So if people are traveling in to do that, give us an idea how that works. So if I call you up and said, I think I saw something on your website, I'd like to come look at it. What do you do before they get here so they feel like, yes, we're aligned, just as much as, okay, when you get here, here's how we're gonna handle that.
Right. So I ask them some critical questions when I have them on the phone. Have they looked at other products? What their camping style is like? Are they dry campers? Are they glampers? Are they going to stay at a campground? There's so many things other than the lipstick.
Yeah.
That you have to talk about, and getting down to that nitty-gritty before they get.
I love those qualifying questions because without that, people kind of get going down the path of what they think may be important, and
Correct.
it may have nothing to do with what the intention of how they're going to use it, right?
Correct. Being RVing add-ons, solar, lithium, inverters, non-inverters, what is an inverter, why do I need solar? That is what my job is. Get them to a place where they understand what they're buying, it meets their camping needs, even if they don't know what their camping needs are yet, and things that folks don't think about.
Yeah, no, you're spot on. And I will tell you, you look at the solar, you look at your battery, you look at all those things, and you want the most of all that.
You do.
And then, like us, we're always in an RV park. We boondocked once.
Right.
And not to say you don't want it if that changes.
Correct.
But if people come in thinking, I've got to have more solar, I've got to have more lithium power, or what have you, and I'm a huge fan of those, but you got to line that back with how you're going to utilize that, right? No,
some of us want to boondock. Some of us want to go to a Penn State game and have the TV on and be out in the parking lot.
Right. So I talk to you on the phone. You've got the products that I'm interested in. I come in, step foot in the dealership or out here. How long should I expect to be and to set aside to really get to know what the heck I'm buying?
I want to be as thorough as possible. So any of the salespeople, we take you to the office, we kind of dial in, this is what to expect when we go out to look at the specific vans. The one thing we don't do that I, as a consumer, don't like specifically is I'm looking at this brand and the salesperson just wants to flip me to another brand. Some folks have specific needs. Size of the bathroom, size of the bed, size of the chassis. So what I tell folks is, if you cannot sit on the toilet, stand on the shower, or lie on the bed, you need to walk away, because those are the three things you're going to be doing in that box while you're traveling in it.
I'm so glad you mentioned that.
Hello?
Because I think people getting the bed out and laying on the bed if it's
Yes.
in a push out or something
Correct.
is like the last thing they do,
That's-
if they even do it. And it's one of the most important things on your trip.
You're laying in that bed for 8 to 10 hours.
You get out there and boy, talk about taking the fun out of your
Yeah.
travel
Right.
when your bed sucks. You talked about the inventory and how things are hard to get sometimes.
Yes, correct.
You guys are a leisure travel van dealer. When we
We
talk
are.
about having a product that's hard to get, we're standing in front of a couple right now. And it's interesting because that's always part of the conversation we talk to somebody about leisure travel. It's like, yeah, but you can't get them. You have to wait.
You do?
Times have changed a little bit.
They have?
I know when I was looking at one, there was a 3-year waiting list. Now, like you guys have a number that are right here.
Correct.
Now, obviously, a couple of them are sold already, but it seems to be a common theme now that they're becoming a lot more available.
Leisure Travel Van only builds 600 to 700 Wonders and Unities a year, which means that the whole country of Canada and the whole country of the United States share 600 to 700 units in a 12-month period. So each dealership is allotted X amount of units for their year, and they're allotted those units based on their customer service surveys.
And your allocation from the prior year?
And the allocation from the prior year and your volume of sales and volume of orders.
Right.
So if you have gone online and you want to buy a leisure travel van like you did, and you called X dealership, and then X dealership said, oh yeah, it's going to be 2 years, 24 months, 36 months, whatever, and then you call Y dealership, and the Y dealership says it'll be 17 months to 18 months. And you're like, wait a minute, I just called the other dealership and they gave me a longer wait time. Well, that's based on allocation. That means X dealership only gets maybe 2 built a month and Y dealership gets 4 built a month. So you're going to find a different allocation. Now, post-COVID, we are to pre-COVID wait times. And the pre-COVID wait times for the past 13 years has been 9 months. 9 months from the order to the actual delivery at the dealership to take possession of that leisure travel van.
Not all dealers are made the same as relates to who can service you,
Correct.
who can sell, regardless on the time frames. That's an important piece.
Sure.
But the actual experience before, during, and after the sale is also very important. And Leisure does this thing called a triple diamond
They do.
award or
Yes.
certification, if you will. Tell us about that. What does that mean?
So that entails the survey process. That entails the allotment that we've earned year to year. And the surveys are super important to both the customer satisfaction and making sure your salesperson and even your delivery person has gotten certified by watching all the videos, taken all the tests on the product line itself. Most of us salespeople also take the delivery test because it gives us more tools in our tool bag to sell the product to begin with.
a handful of dealers in the country
Correct,
that have that
that
award.
actually make the cut to
Right.
get that award.
So as somebody looking to buy one, I would say I would tend to want to look for that only because
Sure.
I feel like the experience should be better, more knowledgeable, helping
Correct.
me out than
Yeah.
some of the dealerships that don't
Right.
have that.
That's right.
Okay.
And that also the delivery process. Those delivery techs also have to take all of the tests, score high on their tests in order to get their certification in order to deliver that van to you.
Okay, Nancy, so we'll jump to the end.
Okay.
And that means
Okay.
I bought an RV from you.
All right.
Okay, so how am I going to get familiar with all the cool features and benefits it has? How do I leave here feeling like I know what the heck I bought and
Well,
how to
first-
use it?
We offer a fly-in-by. We pay for, or we reimburse you up to $500 of your flights to get here. And I say flights because there's usually 2 of you. Pick you up at the airport. We bring you to the dealership, get you settled in. Paperwork is generally all set and ready for you. So your time in finance or our business offices, 45 minutes, half an hour if the guy doesn't make a bunch of jokes, because we enjoy our time with you. Once we get you out of there, then we're going to do a walk-around delivery. The walk-around delivery is done by a certified tech, 3-page checklist of every appliance, of every surface, countertop, exterior. It's the whole ball of wax. You should be able to know how to use your van when you leave, which means We don't just do a 1-hour delivery. However long it takes, start that walk around delivery with you. Once the delivery is done, we offer 2 nights. 2 nights at our local RV resort. Here in Las Vegas, we're lucky. We get to send you over to the Oasis RV Resort where there's lots of palm trees and concrete, but it enables you to process all that information that you've never heard before
and apply it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All the things that you thought you knew prior, you now know firsthand, and you've seen it, felt it, and touched it during the delivery. Now you're over at the Oasis and you're relieved that you finally got here and you're in your van, and now you get to use it. The next morning we call you. How did it go? What are your questions?
So, great information. I appreciate you sharing all this. It's really helpful. I think it's always good to compare one place to another,
course.
right? These are not inexpensive purchases by any means.
Correct.
And so you want to make sure you're not only getting the right vehicle, but the right experience with who you've chosen. At least that's how I look at it. What else would you like folks to know or think about as they select their dealership and compare it to what you guys do?
So the bottom line is Van City is a boutique dealership. We are offering specialized service for vans and van pluses. We give you that full walk around delivery. We give you those nights of camping. We give you our cell phone numbers. We give you access to somebody that can answer a question that you might have missed during the delivery. It's a lot of new information, and we want to make sure that you enjoy the experience of the subculture of RVing, and that's what we're really selling.
Yeah.
Every dealership in America is selling an experience. We just want to sell and have you know how to use the vehicle when you drive away.
Yeah, no doubt.
Because there's lots of horror stories.
Yeah, no question. So, in closing, if anybody wants or has any questions for you, how would they get in touch with you?
So Van City, Las Vegas, and Van City, Kalispell, Van City, St. Louis, Missouri, and Van City, Colorado Springs can all be reached with one number, 702-202-2601, 702-202-2601, and you can be transferred to any of our locations. We do have our website, www.vancityrv.com.
Perfect. Well, thanks again, Nancy.
Sure.
And I hope you picked up a couple things that you can think about, either asking your dealership, do you do these things here? And if not, maybe give Nancy a ring. Till next time, I hope all your trips are optimized.